Glam fam, welcome to the channel. It has been a while since I have sat down and recorded an actual video, so I'm like, if I'm stumbling over my words, okay, if things aren't coming out the way that they probably should. Look, it's been a long time coming, okay? Your girl has been on the vlogging scene recently. If you keep up with my channel, you probably already know that because it's just been easier for me to just pick up my camera and document my life versus me actually sitting down and recording a video. Because everybody already knows, everybody and their mama already knows that your girl is expecting a baby girl. So my mind is just like pregnancy brain, like, I have to live my life anyway, so might as well show them this. But y'all, I was like, I need to get back in the habit of sitting down, recording videos, and I'm going to gear the month of May towards that. I'm also still going to be vlogging, so for those of you guys that love my vlogs, you're still going to get a little bit of that, okay? Now, and today I'm going to be doing the name reveal. So yeah, you guys will finally get to know my baby girl's name in this video. But first and foremost, before I get into that, I need for you guys to like this video, okay? Like the video, give the video a huge thumbs up. If you aren't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe by hitting that red button down below. Ooh, child, I'm getting out of breath already. This is why I don't sit down and record videos, okay? And not only that, you can turn on your post notifications, comment something down below. Even if you're not commenting on her name, okay? Comment some emojis, comment some whatever, honey, whatever floats your boat, okay? And that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and start chit-chatting with you guys. First, I'm gonna start by talking about my second trimester because your girl is officially in the third trimester. Yes, I am officially 7 months pregnant. I cannot believe that all these months have passed. Oh my gosh, I am almost free from being pregnant, okay? Baby girl is about to enter the world here shortly, and I am super duper excited about it. So my second trimester of pregnancy. Child, let's talk about it. So in my second trimester, it was like all of the nausea came back. I know that they say that the second trimester is supposed to be the golden stage in pregnancy and you're not supposed to experience any type of nausea. It's just supposed to all subside and life's just supposed to be beautiful. Well, unfortunately, that was not the case for me. In fact, it seemed as though my nausea came back and it came back stronger. It came back with a vengeance, honey. So gracing my second period, I was just like, ugh, like I would literally feel like I was about to throw up anytime I ate anything, anytime that I moved, anytime that I blinked, honey, anytime that I breathed the breath of life. I felt like I was about to vomit in the beginning of my second trimester. So it was rough for you, girl. I was just like, why? Like, y'all told me that it was gonna get better, and in turn it ended up getting worse. So that was my life at the beginning of my second trimester. Rough. Your girl was in shambles, as I like to say. And if they tell you that nausea is supposed to go away in the second trimester, honey, it all depends on the person, because for me, nausea came back, and it came back like ready to take me out, okay? So that was the start of my second trimester. Now, if you know me, you know that I absolutely love to sleep. Sleep is like my favorite pastime when I'm not working, when I'm not busy. Y'all know your girl is a workaholic. I have multiple YouTube channels. I have multiple things that I do on the day-to-day basis. And you guys, when I get my rest in, it's like the height of my day. It's like my favorite thing to do, right? My favorite way to end off my night. So I realized that when I got ready to snuggle up and lay in my nice, luscious bed, that I was having a hard time sleeping. It was not fun for me. I would toss and turn, and then when I did fall asleep, I would get some horrible rest, okay? It would not be the type of sleep that I was used to, okay? And this was not no tossing and turning sleep. This was like I would wake up and I would literally feel like, I would have the worst headache. I would feel the worst. And I was like, well, I'm just better off not going to sleep at all. So as I told you guys in the video about my first trimester, it's almost like I kind of developed this plan of just staying up, overworking myself even more than I probably would on the normal basis, and then going to sleep after. And even that still didn't help in this case, because the second trimester, baby, I'm tossing and turning. I can't get any rest. No matter what I do, rest is not happening here, okay? Rest does not live here anymore. So it was rough for your girl. And that's something else that I really have not seen anybody else talk about when it came to the second trimester, was the fact that you really can't rest. Like, where's the sleep? Where are my Z's going to? Is baby girl taking all of my Z's away? Because why can't I sleep? I'm pretty sure she's resting peacefully. What's going on with me? Y'all, it was rough on the kid. Now, something else that I noticed was that I had extremely sensitive nipples. I'm gonna try to keep this, I wouldn't say PG-13, but, well, yeah, PG-13, duh, but, yeah, that's a symptom that just comes along with the territory of being pregnant. So I was pretty expectant of that. I experienced that also in my first trimester a little bit. If you guys have not seen my video on my first trimester, I definitely recommend checking it out. I'm going to list it up in the cards for you guys. But yes, it was there. It was all there, okay? And it was not fun. It definitely was not. Now, I also mentioned this in my first trimester, but when I got to my second trimester, this proceeded to get worse. First of all, you guys, I have absolutely no desire towards intimacy, okay? I have no form of want or desire towards it. It's just like I told you guys, I don't even know how I got pregnant, because it's not something that I want. It's not something that I long for. And especially in my second trimester, ugh, girl, you couldn't pay me to want it, okay? You couldn't pay me to want it. I don't want it. I don't even know how. Immaculate conception, is that you? I believe that's how it happened. I believe that's how it happened. So, look, if you experienced that in your second or first trimester, you are not alone. Because, look, I'm just now getting in my third trimester, and your girl kind of getting her groove back nowadays, okay? But in the first and second trimester, please don't touch me. Do not touch me. Now, this is where your girl started picking up all of the weight. Okay, this is where this happened at. I gained an increased appetite. I'm talking about eating. In my second trimester, I started eating like every 2 hours. No matter how much I ate, whether I ate a full meal, whether it was a 3-course meal, whether it was a very filling meal at the time that I first had it. You guys, yeah, I was hungry all the time. I was definitely hungry all the time. So every 2 hours, like clockwork, I would be in the kitchen making me something to eat, having me something to eat, because I'm thinking I'm hungry. So if I'm hungry and I don't have any food in my body, baby girl must be hungry too, right? So I'm in the kitchen and I'm tearing up some food. I'm talking about having myself a field day, still like this to this day. And in the midst of that, I gained a lot of weight. I'm going to talk about the weight gain at some point. I'm really not too worried about the weight gain because, girl, I work my magic, okay? I'll get it off, okay, after baby. But, yeah, it's been rough with the weight gain, okay? Yeah, thunder thighs, they are here, okay? You thought the booty was big at first, okay? The booty is definitely big now. When I started picking up pregnancy weight, my pre-pregnancy butt was like 42 inches or something like that. Why did I measure my butt the other day and it was like 47 inches? Yep, we're not going to talk about that. Now, around this time in my second trimester, I finally started getting my energy back. Now, this is when you'll notice when I started being more consistent with uploading, when I started vlogging more, when I started being like, hey y'all, here I am. Like, this is when I finally found my energy and I figured out, hey, I can still work while being pregnant. So yes, in the second trimester, my energy did eventually pick up, which is a great thing, right? This is something that we look forward to while being pregnant. Everyone's probably always like, why do pregnant women sleep so much? Well, it's like we literally have no choice most of the times because, you know, you be tired. Even though you're not tired, you're tired, right? So y'all, I finally got a burst of energy, and when I got that burst of energy, I got back into the swing of things. I was like, I need to get this done, I need to get that done, I need to get this done. And thankfully, in the midst of this, a lot of baby girl stuff ended up getting done, thanks to my mama, of course, and just my support system overall. But yeah, I had to find the energy to get up and get out of the way. So I mean, I guess I applied to this conversation too, right? And I also noticed that I was finally showing. So people started to realize that I was actually pregnant in my second trimester, because the thing with being pregnant is, you know, you really don't like for people to not be able to notice, because it's just like they look at you like, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? And it's like, I'm pregnant, but nobody can really tell, right? Because you're not showing. And even though I showed my baby bump when I first hit the second trimester, my stomach was still pretty like flat. Like you really couldn't see anything, right? So this was around the time that I started showing, kind of. Nobody really still could actually tell that I was pregnant, but they could tell that it was something there, okay? Because I have never in my life had a stomach, okay? It has never happened. So when it finally came about, it was just like, huh, okay, maybe she is pregnant. Maybe she won line after all. And also my belly button became an outie, okay? So for the longest time, my belly button wasn't any, but I tell this story, ooh girl, it's a spider, hold on. Okay, what was I talking about again? Technical difficulties. Okay, but my belly button actually became an outie around this time, not the vehicle, okay, but it actually started to poke out, and it was pretty funny looking. Now, I tell this story frequently, but when I was a kid, my belly button stuck out for the longest. I'm talking about, it was years into my teenage years until my belly button finally decided to go in, okay? It poked out like this, all right? So I kind of already knew that when I got pregnant that it was going to poke out at some point. I just didn't know when. So when it finally started poking out, it looked weird. I was able to kind of like push it back in around this time, so I would do that. It was just like, ugh, it was disgusting, okay, until my actual stomach finally filled out and it was able to accommodate the belly button, okay? But it was poking out like, I ain't really like that too much, girl. But yes, it became an outie. Now I know all pregnant women do not have the belly button that stick out, but I know mine was definitely going to more than likely do that because like I said, y'all know my experience with my belly button. This was the fun time for me because this was the time that I was actually able to feel flutters, that I was actually able to feel my baby girl moving around, and it was amazing because I feel like when you first get pregnant, you don't really know what's going on with your baby, okay? You don't know if they're alive, you don't know what's going on because you can't really feel anything. So around this time, I was able to actually feel her like kind of like move a little bit and kind of like, I don't know, adjust herself, and it was really exciting for me because I was like, yay, like girl, I finally can kind of figure out and pinpoint what's going on with you. You just been sitting in my body for like these past few months, and I didn't know what was going on with you, which way was up, which way was down. But now that you're moving around, that you're being active, and that I can actually feel you, now I kind of know, right? So this was super duper exciting for me. So my second trimester was my first time just being able to feel her. And I was laying in my bed one night and I was like, what was that? Is there an alien in my stomach? What was that? And I was like, wow, like she's really in there moving and grooving. This is exciting. Now on March the 6th, I had my doctor's appointment, okay, and this was my third ultrasound, so I got to see her again. And this ultrasound was more so to check on how she was developing, whether or not her limbs were developing properly, whether or not her spine, whether or not her, just everything, okay, was developing properly. So that was what this appointment was for. This was not one of those ultrasounds where you're looking to see how the baby looks or just being nosy, seeing what they're doing or how they're doing. I mean, well, I guess it was kind of see how she was doing, but basically more so to see how her limbs were developing more so than anything else, right? So everything was developing perfectly fine. Everything was great. I got to see her little spine, just her little feet, and it was just such a beautiful, beautiful experience. But that's why in all of the ultrasound pictures, it looks like parts of her body are like kind of chopped off, because it's like they were really zoning in on specific things to make sure that everything within her little body was developing as it should during this time. And then came the itchy stomach, okay? This right here is when my stomach growth actually really started, because like I said, my stomach was still not that big around this time, right, you guys? So it was annoying, okay? Every time my stomach would itch, I would just try to rub it and just try to apply cream to it. Yeah, it was rough. I don't even know how many people talk about the stomach itching part, but it was not a fun experience. It really wasn't. But nonetheless, you know, I still have about a little bit over 2 months left of pregnancy, so I'm still gonna experience the stomach itching. But nonetheless, girl, it was something that was different. So yes, you guys, that was my second trimester. Wow, this is a long video, girl. If you sit here and watch this whole entire video, props to you, okay? You are a gem. Shout out to you. Make sure that you comment down below I watched until the end, even though we're not to the end yet, because I'm going to reveal my baby girl's name. Now, I did a live a while back where I asked you guys to, well, I did a giveaway actually in this live, and I asked you guys to guess what her initial was, right? So everybody went down the whole entire list, and what I noticed was it was only, I think, one person that said that her name started with an R. And you were correct, as I said in that video, because obviously they ended up winning. Now, I didn't ask anybody to guess my baby girl's name because I knew that nobody was going to be able to figure out her name, right? Except me and whoever else already knows her name, right? So, her name is Royal. Yes, you guys, I have thrown out hints in my videos. I would end the videos off with, I hope that you guys are ready to come along with me on this royal adventure and so forth and so on. But I don't think anybody really caught the memo, okay? So yes, her name will be Royal Angel. And whatever her last name is, okay? Whatever her last name is, that ain't your business. I went back and forth between actually revealing her name because I do want her to have a certain level of privacy, okay? I don't want her life to be engulfed around the internet, because that's her decision, obviously, as she grows older. But it's her name. Of course, her middle name, she was named after my mom. For those of you guys that do not know, my mom's stage name is Sweet Angel, and a lot of people who know my mom call her Angel, right? So that is where the middle name came from. Now, I wanted her to have an L middle name, so I went back and forth with the middle name for the longest because I wanted it to start with an L. But I was just like, you know what? I can't figure out an L middle name that I just really love that can stick and stay. But all of our middle names start with L. My middle name starts with an L, so it was just like I wanted that, but at the same time it's like I kind of accepted that that wasn't what it was, right? And I thought that Angel was the perfect fit, so Angel is her middle name. With her first name, I told you guys that her name was picked out long before she was conceived. Girl, I just been sitting here talking for so long, my camera just was like, I'm tired of you. But anyways, her name was picked out long before she was conceived. So that was something that her father came up with. I was like, well, what if it's a girl? He was like, Royal. What if it's a boy? Royal. So her name is Royal. And her name starts with an R. It was something that I really had, I don't know. It's just, I probably never would have named my daughter with an R. I wanted to respect his wishes in terms of that, even though it was a lot of times where I was like, I could choose some different. But I just feel like royal is like the perfect fit for her, and I have her little name signed up. So yes, you guys, if y'all are interested in her name sign that is up in my room, which I absolutely love, it is so beautiful. I definitely recommend that you check out their website down below. The sign came from NEONWILL, and you guys, they were so gracious to send this sign over for my baby girl with her name, and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that they sent this over to me. My heart is so grateful. And yeah, yes, you guys, I absolutely love it. I love her name. Let me know down below what your thoughts are, although, you know, it is what it is because that's her name. But anyways, y'all, I know that this has been a long, drawn out video of my second trimester and of her name reveal, but I'm so happy to finally be revealing this to you guys, and I'm just so happy to continue this journey with you all throughout my pregnancy and, you know, throughout my journey to motherhood. Okay, so anyways, you guys, that's it. That's all. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to tune into the vlogs. If I'm not sitting down recording videos, 9 times out of 10 your girl is vlogging, so make sure that you tap into the vlogs, okay, if you want to know what's going on in my day-to-day life. And that's it. That's all, girl. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all in my next one. Okay, all right. Toodles.